Hi everyone, welcome to another session. For today I prepared a workout in which we are going to need to have a small ball and just the mat as usual. So let's get started. I'm going to leave this on the floor for a little while. We're just going to start with a little bit of breathing. So make sure you're standing with the legs hip distance apart and just start breathing in through the nose and out through pursed lips. Make sure every time you inhale, you're bringing that air towards the back and the sides of the lungs, filling the lungs with air. And every time you exhale, you're going to close the ribcage in and down. Bring all of the air out of the lungs. That's going to help you engage those deep stabilizers of that pelvic and lumbar region. Good, let's breathe here one more time. Let's start warming up our arms and shoulders. So we're gonna go into a little bit of movement. Bring the arms right in front of you. Pretend that you're holding a box, so the distance between your hands has to stay the same. They're not gonna come closer or further apart. And once you're there, we're gonna go into protraction and retraction. You can see it better, I'll show you from here. So you're bringing your shoulder blades away from each other into that protraction, and then you're bringing them closer towards each other again in that retraction. You exhale every time you go into that protraction, and inhale every time we go into retraction. And make sure as you do this movement that you keep your elbows straight. You don't have to lock them up, but just make sure they're straight. And the movement is happening only from the shoulder blades. Let's do one more here. And let's find that middle point in between those two. Now from here we're going to go into scissoring. So we're going to bring one arm up and the other one down by the leg. And back to center. And switch the arms. And we're going to keep moving through here. Exhaling every time you move the arms up and down. And inhaling as they come back to center. Let's do two more here. And back to center. And now from here we're going to go into elevation and depression. So you can keep your hands exactly where they are. And we're just going to think about bringing the shoulder blades up as far as they can go and down as far as they can go. So inhale every time they come up and exhale every time we go down. We want to think about feeling that movement happening from the shoulder blades. You can feel them as they go up and as they go down. Let's do one more here. And let's find the neutral in between those two, which is that neutral position for the shoulder blades. Let's release those arms down and let's get started with the ball. So we're going to start working out a little bit with those legs. We're going to bring the ball right in between the legs. We want to have the ball on top of the knee. So we're never going to put the ball on a joint. We have to put it on top, or we have to put it lower down. So in this case, we're going to put it slightly over the knees, and we're going to keep the legs hip distance apart. Make sure you're squeezing on that ball gently, and we're going to go into squats. So take an inhale as you go down, and exhale as you press back up. Let me rotate so you can see better from there. So inhale as we go back, and exhale as we come up. We want to think about bringing those sit bones back and down, and come back up. We move the arms to help us with this movement as a counteraction of the movement. Go as far as you can go down. Good. Let's do another 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one, let's go down. Let's stay down there. We're going to hold for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, press up. Let's go down again. Let's do little pulses down here for 5, and 4. Feel how you're squeezing that ball as you pulse. Last one, and press all the way up. Good, hopefully we're feeling warm through those legs already. We're gonna take the ball and we're gonna have it in between our hands. Now what we want to do is we want to keep squeezing the ball as we are gonna be moving the arms. So first make sure you find that neutral position for your shoulder blades like we did before. And then having the elbows straight, make sure you're just gonna squeeze the ball slightly and you're gonna start bringing your arms up all the way as far as they can go, and then all the way down. Good. Keep squeezing that ball as you're moving the arms up and as you're moving them down. Make sure when you bring the arms up overhead that your ribcage is not popping up, it's not flaring up. Make sure that ribcage is staying down, those abdominals are connected. Let's do one more time. All the way up and all the way down. And let's bring it back to the middle and we can release from there. Now, keep the ball in between your hands. We want to open the legs wide and we want to rotate from the femur, so from the upper part of that thigh, we want to have a lateral rotation, which means to the outside. So make sure the rotation is happening from that femur and not just from the foot. We just don't want to turn the foot out, we want to turn the whole leg out. So this is going to help you already engage those glutes. Now we're going to go into those second position squats, so holding ball right in front of you, giving just this gentle squeeze. We're just going to keep it there and we're going to go down and up. As you go down, make sure your back's staying straight. This is the main difference between these squats and the parallel position squats. In the parallel, we tend to hinge at the hip. In this one, we're going to stay with the back straight. Make sure those knees are staying right on top of your feet. Good. Let's go for another 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Let's go down and hold. Holding the ball as well. Steady there. Make sure your elbows are straight. And let's pulse it. For 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And press all the way up. Good. We can release those arms and those legs for a little bit here. All right, great. From here, we're going to go down onto the mat. We're going to be lying supine, so we're going to be lying on our back, and we want to find a place to put that ball. It has to be around the middle of the back, so just under those shoulder blades. Find that position first. Make sure you're in the right place. There we go. And now from here, we're going to bring the hands right behind the neck. The legs are hip distance apart or they're close together. I'm going to leave that up to you. Make sure that that hip, that pelvis is in a neutral position. And now from here, we're going to lay back all the way down on the floor. We're going to take an inhale as we do a head nod and exhale to come up. And we go back down as we inhale and exhale as we curl ourselves up and go all the way back down. So we're working on our up prep here. A modification just to start warming up those abdominals. Once you come up, your eye gaze should be somewhere around your knees. And release it down. Let's do 2 more here. And on the next one, we're going to come up and we're going to stay right here. Now, we're going to hold the upper body in this position, and from here, we're just going to lift one leg up to tabletop and bring it down, and the other leg up to tabletop and bring it down. And one at a time, we're going to keep switching legs, being as stable as possible in our pelvis, so we don't want the pelvis to be rotating as we lift the legs. So focus on those abdominals, that connection. Exhale every time you bring your leg up, and inhale as it goes down. Good. Let's do 2 more with each leg. Last one. Bring it down and roll yourself all the way up. Let's bring that ball, and we're going to place it between our legs. Again, make sure it's not right on the knees, just slightly up onto the thighs. We're going to have the feet hip distance apart there. We're sitting up straight right here, and we want to go into that half roll back. So we want to think about first having that upper body into that C curve. So flex your spine and flex your upper body, and think about your upper body being in a C-shaped position. Extend the arms right in front of you, and your gaze should be somewhere around the ball or around your knees. Now from here, we're going to go into a roll back, and we come back up. Exhale as we roll back, and inhale as we come back up. Always keeping that C shape in your upper body. So when you come up, make sure you don't go into a straight back. You're remaining into that curved position. And make sure you're squeezing that ball as you move. Let's do 2 more here. And come all the way back up and release from here. Now, let's take the ball. We're going to have it in our hands. Bring your legs together, and we're going to come off our sit bones. So we want to be right off the sit bones, just sitting like on the upper parts of your glutes. Now keeping those legs together right there, holding the ball with the arms straight. We're going to go into a bit of a rotation. So we're going to rotate to one side and bring that ball to touch the floor and come back to center. And the other side and back to center. Rotate and come back, and rotate and back. Exhale as you rotate, and inhale as you come back to center. Make sure your legs are staying together. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Bring the ball to center and sit yourself right back up. Great. Now, we want to bring the ball. First, let's lie down. It's going to make it easier if we are already here. We want to bring that ball under our lower spine. Most precisely, we want to have it right under our sacrum, which is right on the upper parts of your glutes. So from there, we want to bring one leg up to tabletop and the other leg up to tabletop. When we're there, we can extend those legs, and we want to go into scissors. So keeping those legs straight, We're going to bring one leg down and come back up. And the other leg down and come back up. Exhale as the leg goes down and inhale as it comes up. Think about engaging those abdominals to help you find stability here. Let's do 2 more on each side. And bring it up and bring those legs back to tabletop. And from tabletop, we bring one leg down towards the mat and then the other leg down. And from here, we remove the ball from under our spine. And we're going to bring it right in between the legs. Again, make sure it's not right on the knees, but just slightly towards the thighs. We want to bring the feet slightly closer to our sit bones. And we're going to start moving the spine. We're going to do some hip rolls. So we're going to take an inhale right here in that neutral pelvis. And as we exhale, we're going to think about going into that imprint and then keep pushing your glutes up all the way. Take an inhale up here. And as you exhale, you're going to articulate the spine one vertebra at a time, all the way down towards the mat until you find that neutral again. Let's keep going. Push the hips all the way up, articulating that spine as you go up. And again, as you go down, we want to try and go as slow as possible, moving one vertebra at a time. And making sure as we go up and down that we are squeezing that ball. Okay, let's do 2 more here. And make sure you're bringing all of your weights only towards the shoulders. You're not putting any weight on your neck. And let's stay up here. And from here, we're going to go into that shoulder bridge. So we're just going to hinge at the hip. From here, we're just going to bring those hips down and all the way up. And down and all the way up. We're not articulating the spine anymore. We're moving as a block the spine and we're just hinging at the hip as we go down. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down. You just touch the floor and come back up. Make sure you're still squeezing that ball. Let's do 3 more. And 2. Last one, bring those hips high. Hold it there, take an inhale. And let's articulate that spine one vertebra at a time as we go again all the way down until we find that neutral pelvis. Great. Let's take the ball from there and we're going to come up. We are going to turn into a 4-point kneeling position. So we are going to find first our 4-point kneeling position. So make sure your hands are right under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And as you place the hands down, make sure you start from the outside towards the inside so we don't hurt our wrist. Make sure your elbows are not locked, so you're not pressing them all the way and the crease is to the front. So the crease should be facing towards the inside. And find neutral through those shoulder blades and find neutral through that spine. And let's start articulating the spine with a cat stretch. So take an inhale. And as we exhale, start articulating from tail to head. And inhale as we turn back to center. And exhale as we articulate the spine into that flexion. And inhale back to that neutral. One more time. And let's stay in that neutral position. Now, we want to take the ball and put it right under the arm, the right arm, and we're going to put the left hand, the back of the hand on top of the ball. Now from here we're going to go into a rotation, so we're going to press the ball away as we rotate under that arm and we come back in. Exhale as we press that ball and we rotate, and inhale as you come back in. And bring it in. Let's do 2 more here. And bring it back to the center. Let's do the other arm. I'm going to rotate to have more space here. So find that position. Bring the ball right next to your arm and have the back hand on top of the ball. And as we press on the ball, we rotate and inhale, come back, and exhale as we press and come back in. Let's do 2 more here. Last one, and come back to center and bring the hand down. Now we want to bring the ball, have it between the thighs, just on top of the knees. Again, make sure you're in that forward kneeling position, in that neutral. You're going to tuck your toes under, and we're going to go into knee stretches. So we're going to take an inhale right here, and as we exhale, we're going to lift those knees off the floor. Inhale to come down, and exhale and stay come up. As we do this movement, make sure you're squeezing the ball with your legs. Make sure you're keeping neutral through the shoulder blades, through that spine. All we're doing is lifting the knees off the floor. Nothing else is changing in the body, so we're keeping as stable as possible. Let's do 2 more here. Last one, and bring it down. And we're going to release. We're going to sit. We're going to do a little bit of a shallow stretch here. So sit on top of your heels. Make sure your body is into that seeker position. We are stretching our back. We're bringing it into a full stretch. We want to feel the spine lifting each bone. Good. And we're going to sit up straight again here. And we're going to go into a side lying position. So choose the side. We're going to do both. So choose where do you want to start. We want to have the heels right in line with your sit bones. So make sure they're right there, so your knees are going to be bent. And you're going to put the ball right behind the top knee. Now, once we're there, you can be up on your elbow and you can be all the way down on the mat, whichever you prefer. In either case, what we want to make sure is that we are pressing through that side line of the body that is closer to the mat. So we're not lying all the way down like we are on the beach. We're pressing up, we're keeping that connection right there. And the top arm can help you to have some stability. Now from here, we're just gonna open that top leg up and bring it down. That's all we're doing. We're bringing the knee and the foot, both of them, up and down. Make sure those hip bones are aligned, they're right on top of each other. Good. Let's go for another 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Bring it down. Now we're going to glue the feet together. Make sure that ball is in the right place. And we're just going to open the top knee and bring it down. So, again, make sure those hip bones are aligned. And as you open that top leg, make sure that hip bone is not fully rotating. So staying pointing towards the front. You're just opening that top knee as far as you can go. And bring it back down. Exhale as you open up. And inhale as you come back down. Make sure you keep pressing through that side line of the body. You're not relaxing those abs there. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Bring it in and we can release that ball from there. Now, we're gonna stay in this half sitting position. We want to bring our bottom leg. It's going to stay there behind us. So we're keeping that knee bent and the top leg is open there towards the side. So we're in this position. We are hooking the feet by the ankle so they're touching each other. And what we want to do is we want to have the feet in line with the sit bones and we want to have the hand in line with the front knee. Okay? Now, I'm going to have the ball in that hand, on the upper hands, on top of that knee. We're going to go into a side bend from here. So we're going to take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to flex up and over. And bring it all the way down. Make sure you find the right position for your feet. So if you need to push it further away or bring it closer to you, the same thing with the hand. Find the right position that works there for you. And let's go again. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to flex up and over. And inhale as you come back down. And exhale as we flex. And inhale as you come back down. Make sure every time you go down, you don't just plumb down towards the floor. Make sure you're holding that body upright. And we go again. And down. Good. Let's do 3 more here. And last one. And bring it down. And let's change towards the other side. So, we're going to start first with the knees flexed, knees bent, the heels in line with your sit bones, and we're going to have that ball right behind that top leg. From here, make sure your elbow is right under the shoulder and you're pressing through that side line of the body, and we're just going to open and close with that top leg. Good. Let's just keep moving here, up and down. Good. Let's do 3 more here. Knee and foot both and up and down. And 2. Last one. Bring it down, and now we're going to glue those feet together, and we're just going to open the top leg and bring it down. Make sure you're not rotating that hip bone. It's just the thigh. It's opening up and bring it back down. Good. Pressing through that shoulder. Let's go for another 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Bring it down and release the ball from there. And we're we're gonna go into that side bend. So the top knee is bent and the bottom is up towards the ceiling. The bottom knee is down on the floor. Now make sure those legs are further away from you enough, and make sure you have the hand in line with your hip. The top hand on top of that knee, and we're gonna take an inhale from here, and as we exhale we're gonna bend up and over and bring it back down, and exhale as you flex, and inhale as you come back down. Good. Think about your body being like a rainbow. That's the shape that we want to achieve with that flexion on the spine. Good. Let's do one more here. And bring it down and release it from there. Good, excellent. So we can leave the ball down on the floor. We are just gonna stretch a little bit. So we're gonna go up into standing position. I want you to just go through a little bit of a roll down just to mobilize the whole spine and feel the stretch a little bit in your body. So take an inhale up here, and as you exhale, you're gonna go through that head nod, and you're gonna start flexing all the way down. Try and go one vertebra at a time, slow as you can. If you need, you can bend your knees slightly as you go down. Take an inhale down here, and as you exhale, you're going to extend those knees again slightly and start pressing through those abdominals to help you come up one vertebra at a time. And the head is the last thing to come up. Let's do this one more time. Once you get down, take an inhale down here, and exhale as you start pressing up all the way. Go slowly, controlling the movement until you reach all the way up. Good. And from here, let's do a little bit of a mermaid stretch. So let's inhale as we bring the right arm up, and exhale as we flex towards that left side. Come back to center and release. Inhale with the left arm up and flex that upper body. So you're pressing through that right side as you're flexing there. And come back to the center. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale as you flex that body. And back to center and release. Last time. Left arm up. And we're going to flex that body, feeling that stretch, and release that all the way down. Good, great. This is all for today. I hope you have enjoyed the workout with the small ball. I will be posting some more videos soon with some more workouts, some of them with other props and some of them without any props, so you can enjoy all kinds of workouts. I hope you had a good time today, and if you have any comments, please go ahead and leave it down there. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.